Hi, this is Kaiser Phoenix here with my review for Endless Ocean Blue World. I suppose this will be a part-time game review, even though I'm going to make a bunch of other videos about this. This is Endless Ocean 2 Blue World. Obviously it's a sequel to the first Endless Ocean, released, I don't know, a year or two ago. Got 3 save files. I've spent 11 hours in this game already. Oh god. If you notice, the loading screen actually has little penguins that do random things, which is a nice little touch that I didn't really have in the previous game. Overall, this is a very nice improvement on the first one. They took what worked in the first, made it better, took what didn't work in the first, and improved on it a bit. This is the main island called 9 Ball Island. One of the things you can do with this is buy things for it. It's also the main hub of the overworld. The ship is no longer necessarily the main hub. You got different divers you can talk to. Not only do they do different things while you dive with them, they have different functions on here. You can talk with this guy. Well, he doesn't do shit on land. Okay. When you dive with him, he can help you salvage treasure. She is a scientist lady. She help you find scenes of interesting animal encounters that you find when you're on some of the levels. She also helps run the aquarium, which is a nice upgrade as well. This is Oceana. She, well, she's kind of your boss in the way that she pays you. She also, if you talk with her, you can also get guided tour requests, which is back from the previous game. I've only done a couple of them, to be honest. She also pays you for completing maps. That is Jean-Eric, Oceana's grandfather. He also gives out photo requests and salvage requests, I believe. This is your dog, who I believe is named Snorkel. You can pet him, I suppose. You can find him on one of the maps. This is where you can train dolphins, which is kind of interesting. I only have a couple right now. A common, I think a common beak dolphin, short beak, something like that, and a spectacled porpoise. In there in the house you can rest, pass time in that way. You can also change your gear over there. Here's the table. It has most of the important things. You save here. It's got your collectibles. You can call Nancy, who's basically the shop, from there. You can develop and view photos over here. That's your marine encyclopedia. And this thing is a notebook. It's kind of interesting in the fact that you can go over quests, which kind of give you hints on what to do. There's really a lot of quests, a lot of little side quests you're going to do in this game, which is kind of cool. When you actually want to leave the island and go to any of the levels, if you will, you click on the boat. There's a few different maps in this game as opposed to one overworld map that leads to other places. You've got Katama Atoll, which is a similar area to the one in the first game. Cicero Strait, which is in, I keep thinking it's in Russia, but it's in the Mediterranean. The northern coast of Canada, the Arctic, Weddell Sea, Antarctic Ocean, Cortica River in South America, and the Zab region of the Red Sea. There are other maps attached to each of these, like there's an abyssal region in the Zab area. And the Katama Atoll and Cicero Strait both have little doodads going on. There's also the aquarium, which is expanded a lot from the first game. We'll go check that out right now. All the loading screens have a little bit of information about the area, which is a nice thing to read while you're waiting for the disc to load. Obviously they repeat a lot if you're moving around, but it's a nice change from the previous game where it just gave you pretty much nothing. This is the aquarium. It is in Japan, obviously. There are 3 main parts to the aquarium. You've got the main tank, where you can put anything you've seen in the game. Right now I've got sort of a tropical thing going on. I've got a whale shark, tiger sharks, which are in the game, which are pretty cool. A bunch of different fish, and manta rays. You can swim in there by pressing A, or place by pressing 1. You can't interact with these guests, but it is kind of a neat little addition. Up here you can go to the elevator, which goes to the Small World Gallery, which is just a bunch of small, it's like the little little parts that light up where you can see small fish, you can see there. I'm gonna go ahead and place a couple things in the deep while I'm here. Why not? And then they show up. That's pretty much it. You can also go to the Marine Life Annex, where you can put anything that you found on the land, including birds, penguins, polar bears, seals, out in here. The last game didn't really have that. You couldn't put anything you could find on land in the aquarium. That'd be something you could find in the ocean. Right now I've got a bunch of seabirds. You can get paid here if you go to the staff office. It's not too much right now compared to what I get paid for like salvaging or anything like that. Oh, the person you sell items to can also appraise things you salvage, which is a pretty nice way to make money. If you go down here, it's the the aquarium office. Staff room, excuse me. You can talk to Hyoko, I believe. There's a little quest involving this. You can also get the latest news. If you follow what she's saying for the trends, you'll get more visitors and more money, essentially. It's kind of cool. You also find out the visitor numbers. Pretty steady. And then she'll pay you. Not much. Oh well. Head towards exit to head to another area. I'm gonna go to Gatama Atoll. Each of the main areas in this game are all pretty varied. Gatama Atoll is kind of tropical. Cicero Straits really vertically varied. It has a bunch of sharks and spooky areas and things like that. Obviously the Arctic areas are more cold water things. He's talking about a little side quest where you can heal some animals. So we're gonna dive down, and we can pick between different dive partners that all have a different function that they can do. Like I said before, the guy's good for salvage. We're gonna go to the spring garden area. This will just be a quick show of what the diving sequences are like. Nice little loading screen based upon the fish that you're going to find, which is nice. In the description of the area you'll be diving. The stars over there show what kind of animals you'll see. There's a lot of fish around here, obviously, so it shows a lot of fish. Gatama Atoll. As you can see, there's sea turtles off in the distance. This area looks fairly similar to what a lot of the overworld looked like in the previous game. If I press down on the control pad, I get a bunch of different options. I can feed the fish, I can take pictures, which is from the last game, do a sea whistle, and underwater pen again from the last game. Though this game supports We Speak chat, so I don't know how much the underwater pen's going to do. The pulsar is here to subdue animals that are attacking you, and also heal animals. That's kind of an interesting aspect of this game. It's hard to talk about this all in 10 minutes. There's also the multi-sensor, which sends out a wave of something or other. And you can pretty much find sunken treasure, which is kind of cool. It's a lot easier to use sunken treasure in this game. A lot easier to find, excuse me. It's also a lot easier to find smaller animals. And when you click on animals, you don't actually have to rub them down or figure out a way to get information about them and get them into your encyclopedia. You just click on them and it works. And now, certain animals, if you feed them or do other things to them, you'll get more information, but there's no more like going into the abyss and wondering what's going on. You can also grab onto your dolphin to swim real fast, which is a nice addition. That's my review of Endless Ocean 2. It's great. Go get it.